Faith Forged in Fire, where we dive headfirst into the unique challenges and triumphs that comes with being a firefighter, all while exploring what it means to live out a biblical worldview. Join us as we find hope, perseverance, and faith in the midst of the heat and chaos. Welcome to the podcast.
Steve, were you gonna sing for the intro?
Yeah.
I know. I guess chestnuts.
Chris, Steve.
Wow.
Excuse me. It's like
William.
6 o'clock. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning on Christmas. I drove through bad weather.
Oh my goodness!
I could have slept in.
I almost hit a reindeer on the way here.
Bright as can be on Christmas morning.
Yeah, but it's
my
still dark
goodness.
at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I saw Santa going. I was leaving, going, head back.
You were going to sing Christmas morning. I drove all the way up here for this. What's going
I
on?
put on my good sweater for this, Steve.
Yes.
We better hear it.
I'm dreaming of a white.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't need to hear it.
Yeah,
I
too
didn't need
early
to.
for that. Pour
All
yourself.
right. Well, good morning and Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Jake, here's that $50 that I listened to it for 30 seconds.
as you're sitting next to your nice fire and you've opened up your gifts and you're drinking a nice cup of red flannel coffee.
Delicious.
If you can get in the package.
That looks a little weak.
It's water. It's water, Josh. Thanks for throwing me under the bus.
It's vegan coffee.
Thanks for throwing me under the coffee truck.
Well,
man.
again, Merry Christmas. We have
Merry
just a
Christmas.
fun, probably a little shorter, but a fun episode for you. And hey, maybe at some point you sit down with your family and you listen to at least part of this, because we are going to finish by reading you the account of what we would call the Christmas story. But when I say that, from the Bible, right? We're going to, that Christmas story.
Oh, not the movie?
Yeah.
With Ralphie?
Right.
Do you know that I actually, it's a funny story you brought that up. So when
I didn't mean to.
No. I know that. But
You do that, Jake.
Squirrel. I know. No,
I didn't
this is
mean
good,
to.
though. This is good.
This was a quick little thing to PJ. And
Quick.
No. My picking on PJ was.
Oh, I was going to say our listeners know nothing is quick.
On the way back from spring break with the kids, we stopped in Cleveland and went through the Christmas Story home.
Oh, nice.
You can actually visit that.
Very cool.
And across the street, there's a museum there. So we actually did that. You could actually go visit the Christmas Story house.
Wow.
And they did like some of the filming actually in the house.
Wow, nice.
So they show you, they tell you all about it, and you go upstairs, and it's really cool, actually. I'm sorry, you just mentioned
Guess
it.
it's cool if you like the Christmas story.
Do you have that on your bucket list yet?
No, it's not.
I don't either.
It's cool, though.
I wonder if you'll find those little Christmas tree lunch cake things.
Is anybody going to make fun of me if I say I've never seen that movie? Because I have no desire to see that movie.
Are you being serious?
I'm dead
I
serious.
have no idea what he's talking about.
You should be ashamed
None.
of yourself. I can't believe you have. That's a timeless classic.
Never been interested in it.
Is that one that's recorded in, was it Yakasaki at the towers?
Nagasaki Tower or Nagasaki Plaza, whatever.
Plaza, yeah. Is that
Yes.
is that movie?
It is. It's that movie. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
It's a great Christmas movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I meant the one we were talking about, but yeah. So
sorry, people.
we were going to read the Christmas story.
Yeah, I got it. I
Ralphie
want to do something before we do that, though.
Okay.
So just real quick, I just wanted to hear. Let's and you guys can drop it in the comments and give us your answer. But I'm going to start over here with Rich. We'll kind of go around the table. And Rich, Chief,
Did you get what you wanted for
Chief.
Christmas?
I'm looking for the bus. This makes up for throwing him out there last
that's
episode.
why I'm starting with him.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one.
I bet. Can't wait.
Let's talk Christmas traditions.
Okay.
What do you guys have? Do you have any in your house?
Open gifts?
Not really any Christmas, like food, things you do,
Not
anything.
really. Normally, we go to Dad's Christmas Eve, do our Christmas during the morning. We used to when the kids were small enough. You know, now they've all got significant others, so it's kind of whenever we can do it during the day.
On Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. No traditions with the grandkids yet or anything like that?
Nothing like that, but
Okay.
don't put it past Grandpa.
All right.
I'm always looking for a reason to spoil the kids.
All right.
So.
Good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Jake, what about you?
Oh, in-laws on Christmas Eve. We have dinner with them and so let the kids open their presents from them. And then Christmas morning, of course, my kids will open up presents and all of that. As usual, I will probably be the last one out of bed at 6 a.m. Like, all right, it's too early for this. So yeah, Christmas morning, opening the gifts, and then that afternoon or that like early afternoon, we'll go over to my parents' house.
Okay.
Same thing. Early, holiday dinner is normally around like noon.
Right.
So we'll eat dinner at noon and watch the kids open up more gifts. And
You laugh about hating to get up that early. For a couple of years, the kids didn't want to get up that early. They wanted to sleep in.
oh yeah,
So the kids would like literally set their alarms for 3:00 in the morning.
wow.
We get up at 3, stagger out there and try to wake up enough. We'd open up all our gifts. They'd play with them for a little while. And this was 5 years ago. So the kids were older. And then we'd all go back to bed and we could sleep in until 9:00. And
Nice.
it felt great.
And they could get up whenever they wanted and start
that's
playing
the
with
way to
their-
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Cool. Fun.
Yep.
PJ,
Stevie.
what about yours?
Oh,
We're
we'll
going
let
right down the
Stevie
table.
first. No,
Yeah.
I'll go last. We'll
Okay.
go Stevie first.
He's like, I've got a good one.
Yeah, he's going to change the subject.
He's gearing up.
Yeah,
He's
he is,
gearing
yeah.
up.
Changing the
So
subject.
anyway,
He's got that look. He's got the look. No, well, our traditions have changed, obviously, because we're, years ago we were in Arizona. And so when we were there, it would be the Christmas Eve with my grandmother, who's, God bless her, 94 years old.
Wow.
And we would do Christmas Eve at my grandmother's place. And then what we would sometimes do is we'd spend the night at my dad and my stepmom's. And I made it kind of a tradition, either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day night. I got to watch It's a Wonderful Life. I cry like a baby. I do at the end. I'm a train wreck at the end.
hey, Grinch, have you seen that one?
No,
Yeah, I figured.
You got to be kidding me. You haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life?
no interest.
I hope somebody's right and he's
What
down.
is wrong with this guy?
Now, apparently, I have to watch this before
Oh,
our next
my
recording.
goodness.
No interest.
You haven't seen it either?
Which one? The Christmas story?
No, I mean, well, either one.
No.
You've seen neither one of those two?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
hey, can I real
I
quick?
don't
Wow.
think so.
Not to
Okay.
interrupt, but I just thought of a tradition that we just started this year. Actually, is we've been reading a chapter out of Luke every night before bed.
Oh, cool.
Leading up into
That's cool.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
That's a new tradition we just started this year. So
And then, that's really cool. But that was kind of what we did. And, Christmas Day would be with my dad and my stepmom and stuff like that. But, obviously since I got married and then now we moved out to Michigan, it's really Christmas Day with my in-laws. We do, Christmas Eve will kind of open some gifts because the kids can't wait. They lose their minds. They're just, they're just, we're wiggling around on the floor. It's like, all right, fine, open a gift, and so they'll do that. And then obviously in the morning, and then we'll do the day with my in-laws and spend like the whole day over there, in-laws, and do whatever. And then we also have a few days after Christmas, my in-law and extended family like to get together and do something. So like on the 28th and stuff like that, then we'll get together and do. So there's like 2 different events that we do in the Christmas season out here in Michigan.
Cool.
very cool.
In my house, my oldest daughter, I better make sure I get this right. She's 11. Yes.
You're second guessing yourself. Yeah, the
Second-guessing
gears
myself,
are
yes.
turning.
Yes.
That's funny.
But anyways, she is all about traditions. Like if you do something one time, then the next year it's like, well, we did that last year. We have to do it this year. So traditions have become more of a thing for us because she makes them become a thing. Sure. We don't have a lot. I started when she was little. One of the things I wanted to do, funny, we talk on this podcast a lot. And then on the last podcast, we were talking about just time with family and that kind of thing. Yep. And so one of the things that I did was I said, well, I want to take her out on a daddy-daughter date, right? Very so cool. She got to pick. She picked what she wanted to wear, picked what I wore. She
That's cool.
picked where she went to dinner.
Very cool.
Took her Christmas shopping for mom, right? It was just her. And then, actually, I think we might have had our next by then, but he was too little. But anyway, now as they've all gotten older, my rule has kind of been like, once they're potty trained, then I'll take them, Yeah. Like that's the age. Well, now they're all older and they kind of expect that now. Like this year I did something really cool. We went earlier with my son, I was able to take him to a Michigan game. And when I made that bargain, like, hey, what if we do our Christmas day early? And he's like, and I'm like, at a Michigan game? He's like, yeah, but we will. And it just seems like each year, some year, like this year, it's going to be a struggle because, it will have already happened. Right. We're recording this ahead of time, obviously, but there's only a couple weeks left. And as we are recording this, my wife and kids are actually with her parents in West Virginia right now. So by the time they get back, it'll only be a couple weeks until this Christmas morning that I'll have to fit that stuff in. But that's a big tradition that they all look forward to. They talk about it all year, the girls especially, because it's kind of become a thing where they pick what we're going to wear. And we kind of try now to say, hey, why don't we pick something we already own? Because it gets expensive buying clothes. Like, I don't need 3 shirts every year or whatever. Right. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and they're always thinking ahead about, it might be July, and they're like, Daddy, I think I want to eat here on our Christmas date. So it's become a big thing. Anyways, so that's a big tradition at Christmas time, and then the other's pretty simple, like everybody else. So Christmas Eve, we go over to my parents. A lot of times now we'll go over even the evening before and spend the night. We'll be there Christmas Eve morning and hang out. And then, my grandma started, years even before, when my dad was still a kid, that they would read the Christmas story. So that tradition has been passed down. Instead of going now to my grandma who's passed away at her house on Christmas Eve, right? It's my kids' grandparents on Christmas Eve. Yeah. Read the Christmas story before we open the gifts, and it's fun as my kids have gotten older to watch them. Now they can read, so they read the Christmas story, on Grandpa's lap, and then and that's Christmas Eve, and then open gifts and stuff there. Then we come home, and our day is pretty quiet. We actually are intentional, unless I get a fire call or something. We do almost nothing. We eat sometimes junk food. We don't even have like a traditional Christmas dinner normally.
Christmas goose.
No, whatever we feel like. Like for years, it was fried food. Like my wife would just fry like fried pickles and onion rings. And
where was I for that?
I know, it was amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to be Christmas morning.
Yeah, I would have had Christmas morning here.
So that's kind of, we just pick,
we're here, Jay.
We just pick those kind of things, whatever we want to do. And cool. Just kind of a fun, like it's graze all day kind of thing. We don't just sit down and eat. But then we try to find some movies now. Well, we did that with my wife and I, but now that we have kids, of course, we're trying to find movies. So I've already got a couple pegged that we'll watch today. Did I get that right? Yeah. And just open gifts in the morning and just kind of chill out. That's our day.
I know a couple great movies you can watch.
Oh man. It's funny. You mentioned, the tradition starting when, like your dad was a kid with your grandparents and everything. Isn't it such a crazy, or isn't it crazy how that dynamic changes when you become a parent and, like your grandparents start, passing away and everything. And, it's crazy. It's just weird to see how, but at the same time, it's kind of cool to see how those roles, in the family change. Right. And then you're putting it on for your kids.
You'll really notice it when your kids get older, like mine, and the son is married and gone somewhere, and the daughter's got plans with her significant other at other places. And now all of a sudden, it's not like there's this huge, exciting gathering in the morning. It's kind of like it's a kind of a pain to get it all, everybody's scheduled to work so you can get a little time together.
It's funny, you say that because 2 days ago, my daughter turned 7. And so my wife and I were just recently talking like, man, it just seems like that time's going by so quick. And then we're like, yeah, pretty soon, like we're going to be the ones, like the grandparents, like, man, I wish the kids would come over for Christmas. And
they'll have time to be home from like noon to 2 and then they got to get going to their next thing again. And I remember being that age, going all over the place to all the grandmas and the grandpas and everybody else's house. But
it's one thing that I've been reflecting back on quite a bit, actually, because I try to, have some self-awareness of letting my parents and my in-laws spend time with my kids and everything, and not being in too much of a rush because stuff's going on, right? We're busy. We have things going on, and it's like, oh, let's wrap it up here. But it's at the same time, it's like the one thing that we never get more of is time. And so, just trying to be more self-aware of that. So
it's one of the things I'd like. Our situation is such that because my wife's parents do live in West Virginia, when it comes to Christmas, I'm an only child, so it's, you just go to my mom and dad's Christmas Eve. We don't have to run all over. I watch people do that, and I know that's just part of it, and people enjoy it. It's not that it's a bad thing, but I really cherish the fact that we get to just settle in as a family for the day, and as long as the pager doesn't go off, we just kind of be lazy and So
last Christmas, at least here, it was about 64 degrees, something like that. It was really warm.
Yeah, it was
Christmas.
crazy warm.
I'm trying to remember. We did not go to my parents or my in-laws because my daughter was having her tonsils taken out and her adenoids and having tubes put in her ear, all that good fun stuff when you have young kids. And there was somebody in my family or somebody in the families were sick or something. And they, we just wanted to mitigate any kind of infection or, sickness right before surgery. So we actually walked on a trail. We hit a trail and we had a little picnic and everything. And that was kind of Christmas for us last year. And it was actually really nice not having to go anywhere or do anything. And, it wasn't really settling in, but it was just kind of there was no rush. We took our time opening presents and having breakfast and lunch and all of that. And then, we just went outside for a while. It was beautiful out.
I always feel like the day goes so fast though, you're done. You're like, man, all this hype. Cause I'm a Christmas guy. I think you mentioned it in the last episode or so that maybe a couple ago that you love Christmas and I do too. But when I go to bed on December 25th, when I get up in the 26th, I don't want Christmas music. You can take down every decoration. It's done. It's over.
It's done. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a completely different feel, right? It's a totally different feeling. And what's funny is, I'm taking time off right now as this episode is airing right now. I'm taking a significant amount of time, just to be with family and to kind of, take a break. We've really had no break this year. We didn't really go on vacation. We really didn't do anything. We went to a family reunion. That was our vacation. So just taking that time to wind down, relax and everything. But I can tell you tomorrow, take the stuff down. I'm done.
Yep.
Even though I've got the time off and I know that it could, I could drag it out.
Yeah, but it's not Christmas.
But it's not Christmas. Yeah, there's some. Right?
I'm not a Grinch. I love the buildup. I love
it's
everything about Christmas.
Right? Yeah, it's the anticipation of
but it's
Christmas
over,
and then it's over.
Yeah.
So, and then it's all right, bring on Easter.
Let's move on.
Let's skip the new year. Just bring on Easter.
Yeah, let's get right through the winter. All right. Well, hey, hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying that. Let us know what some of your traditions are. We'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
We kind of want to close this thing out, and we want to read a little passage here out of Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 20. And so the idea is listen along, and no matter how busy you are, maybe you're driving, in between families or whatever, just take a little bit and remember really what this is all about. It seems cliche, but it's the truth. And so we want to do that. So I'll kick us off here in Luke chapter 2. In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria. And all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and the lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child.
And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in the manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. And in the same region there were shepherds out in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. The angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people.
For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths and lying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among those with whom he is pleased." When the angels went away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go over to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has made known to us.
And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. And when they saw it, they made known the saying that had been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds told them. But Mary treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, as it has been told to them.
And with that, we want to say from the Faith Forged in Fire podcast crew, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yes.
We're going to take the week of New Year's off, so we will see you the second week of January. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks for an incredible year of podcasting.
Yes. Yeah.
We are excited to see what 2024 has.
2025.
Thank you. 2025 has. And we will see you then. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.